Wow. All right, I've got a very short DCEU update for you guys today. And this is all based solely on Black Adam and one of the TV spots that was released. And this is some pretty crazy stuff. All right, so I did my Black Adam video yesterday talking about Superman being confirmed for the film. And obviously, it has not been confirmed by the studio. And I love the comments that people make. And some of these people look ignorant when they start making comments of, oh, you're a scooper and you don't have real information, or, things along those lines. Nothing has been confirmed. Well, of course not. And I have never claimed to be a scooper. Okay, I'm not bringing you information that you guys can't find elsewhere. What I do is I scour the internet and I gather as much information as I can, and I bring it to this channel, okay? Now, this Black Adam thing is interesting. I had some people make comments of, well, they showed, scenes from Justice League in there, and I'm like, what? Whatever. I just kind of brushed it off of whatever, But then I wake up to all these reports that, oh my gosh, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson changed the trailer. So I pulled this up and I found the spot that there was one, like a tenth of a second shot. Like it really was like a tenth of a second. They were going through a bunch of, what the spot was it was talking about all the films that came before, but that Black Adam predates all of it. And they showed little clips from Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman vs. Superman, all of them. And one of them was like a tenth of a second shot of Steppenwolf, hammering the earth from Justice League. Well, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he got wind of this, that people were upset, I guess. And here's what he actually did. So I'm going to put this up on the screen so you guys can see this. What he did is he took that scene out, which is freaking hilarious. Now, you'll find people online saying, oh, these crazy Snyder people forced him to take it out. Nobody forced him to take it out, okay? There is no way that the noise... I hadn't even heard of people complaining about this, and I'm a Snyder fan. I'm not a Snyder crazy person, but I am a huge Snyder fan, and I would like to see him continue what he was doing. But I never saw anybody be disrespectful or really get on them for this. So this was a decision that he made himself to go to the studio and have them take that scene out. Now, here's what we do know. The comic book from the Flash prequel does pretty much make Zack Snyder's Justice League canon. On top of that, we have Andy Muschietti, who's doing the Flash. He came out and said he is basing his movie off of the events of what happened in Justice League, and that most of the directors in the DC universe are doing that going forward. And so I think to see it in this, I think it was weird. Now, there could be several reasons why they did this. Now, number one, we're not going to see any of that footage actually in the Black Adam film. This was strictly for promotional purposes. This was put together to kind of tie all the previous movies together. Now, there are, some people think Warner Brothers wants to keep Justice League canon. Now, here's the unfortunate thing about this, and I've talked about this in a previous video. Zack Snyder's Justice League is not I wouldn't consider it something that is widely known. There are a lot of fans who are DC fans who are aware that it exists. But I think that the majority of moviegoers out there don't even know that his movie is out there. Unless you're part or interested in this stuff, you're not even going to know that his movie got released. If you don't have HBO Max, you're not a DC, you just go based off of movies that come out and you're the average moviegoer. The only thing they've ever seen is not Zack Snyder's Justice League, but the Joss Whedon version. So it's not a dumb move on their part to include that in there so that everyone is kind of in the know. If they did something from Zack Snyder's Justice League, then only the people that have seen that movie would understand that. Now, it's such a quick clip that I don't think it matters at the end of the day. But he did go in and change it. It's no longer in there. They don't have any scenes from either Justice League film. And we will know for certain, pretty soon which universe is going to go forward which movie they're going to base it off of. They can't base it off both because of the changes in the two. And, we've already had some people talk about the changes of Aquaman and, one of her parents still, not Aquaman's parents, but Mara's parents still being alive, which they weren't in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that obviously there are going to be problems because that came after the Aquaman film was made, so there was no way to collaborate on that. But that's a minor thing that could easily be brushed under the rug. But there are other things, events of that film. I mean, they didn't even mention Darkseid in the film. So in the original version, there was no mention of him. You never saw him. He wasn't in it. And so there was nothing to base it off of. So we're going to have to see which movie they choose going forward. We still don't know definitively which version they're going to go off of. But based off of what Andy Muschietti has said in the past, based on the Flash comic, and based on what The Rock just did, there is more evidence in the camp now that Zack Snyder's Justice League is canon going forward, and that they are going to be moving away from Joss Whedon's version. They call it Justice League. That is the new term, which I just saw for the first time, about a month ago. And so I'm having to do almost daily updates because of all the craziness that's going on with the DCEU at this point. I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting on my channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm here to stay, and I will continue to bring you guys updates. And yes, you're going to have catchy titles. You're going to have catchy title cards. That's what the YouTube algorithm likes. And those things will continue. But you actually have to watch my videos. Some of these comments are so ignorant that I'm getting on my channel. And for anybody who thinks that I'm a scooper, I am not a scooper, and I've never claimed to be a scooper, okay? And so until people start coming to me directly from the industry, I mean, it's pretty awesome that Sel Abdul has, Mikey Sutton connecting with him. That's cool. If people want to connect with me, I will certainly go that route, and I will have guests on from the industry that are in the know. I would love to do that. But in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing is bringing you guys all the information about all of the movies and the things that do get released. And so I do appreciate the support. I am here for the long term. There are going to be haters in the comments, and I'm just not even going to respond to those comments anymore. If you're going to be rude and negative and not even watch the video, I would say don't even comment because it's just going to be brushed over, and I don't have time for all that negativity. I'm here to create a positive impact and to bring you guys real information from across the internet, and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm going to continue to do this. I do love the Snyderverse. I hope we get Justice League 2 and 3. I hope we get Man of Steel 2 directed by Zack Snyder, but he doesn't have to run everything, and I just want to see this universe be based off of his films. So I'm here for the ride. I am really excited to see Black Adam next month. It's coming up fast, and I am hoping to see it the day before the official release, or even maybe a week before. I'm looking out for those tickets. So I'm definitely plugged in for this, and as soon as I know something, I will definitely be doing a review and getting that information out there so you guys will have correct information going into that film. I do appreciate it. If anything else happens this week, I will do another video. So we will see you guys on the next one.